All right, let's talk a little bit about buyer representation. We have already touched on the three types of buyers, and they are a buyer agency representation. There's three of them. We talked about a little earlier. Just know it's the same concept as the listing agency. We want to make sure that we are protected as the buyer's agent. Now, buyer's agents can actually charge their own client. In most board scenarios, like my board, the listing agent pays the selling agent the commission. But you can charge your client. You can also charge a retainer fee. And that retainer fee is because, look, I got to drive you around for 3 weeks, and I've got gas involved and stuff like that. And here's what happens. When you buy, that portion of the retainer is going to get kicked back to you the way it should. It's going to come out of my commission. I know that there were some agents back when gas was $4 that did actual showing fees. You want to go see houses? We can do that, but it's $50 a day to go see houses because I got to drive around and gas. There was one on the north side that tried it for a long, long time. All right? So you can do retainers with your client. I don't see it a lot, but obviously it's legal. On page 176 is the buyer's agency agreement. Once again, Minnesota. Who cares? We're not going to look at it. The one thing I do want to touch on real quick before we get out of here, there are only 6 things that kill buyer's agency agreement. How many kill the listing agreement? 7. There's only 6 that kill the buyer's agency agreement. Now, at quick thought, which one of the 7 are gotten rid of to make 6? Yeah, makes sense if you think about it. Remember the one in the listing agreement called if the property gets destroyed, it terminates the listing? As a buyer, you don't have property. You're looking at other people's property. So that's the one that's basically not in. Other than that, same one. Completion of the buyer's agency, the expiration, mutual release, act of law, death or either party, and whatever the last one is I missed. Mutual agreement. Death or destruction of the property does not terminate a buyer's agency. And I had this exactly thing happen. I had a buyer's agent. We were closing. We were due to close in like 3 hours when the house burnt to the ground. The listing agreement went away with that poor guy. I had my buyer. We just went and bought another home. His buyer's agency was still intact. All right? So it's the same 7 things less the property destruction one, because as a buyer's agent, you have no property in essence. You're looking at other people's. All right. Any questions about creating this agency? We have an agency between the agent and the client. We now know how it's created. We also know how the listing is terminated. Tomorrow, or the next chapter, we're going to start talking about contracts in general. After that is going to come a very intensive 2 chapters on financing. And the test loves these chapters, which make no sense to me at all. That should be someone else's gig. But they still want you to understand FHA, all of these, USDA, conventional loan, what's conventional, what's loan to value, all of this stuff. So all of this is going to be coming up. After those 2 or 3 days will be your next exam. So probably near the middle of next week, I would expect exam 2 coming up. All right? Any questions on what we did today in the agency or the form? Nope. You guys did so well today. Go ahead and take the next 2 days off. All right. See you later.